defining, starting companies is fun, right? But it's a lot of work. The success of that depends upon focus on the product, focus on go to market, focus on the prospect that you go after, that you convert to client. How did you guys define your ICP?
Yeah,
Mm.
that's the hardest part. And honestly, even now it's a constant evolution of figuring out exactly what our ICP is. Well, here's the thing, right? I'll preface by saying that I don't think there's ever a fixed ICP for any company. I think it's a constantly evolving thing. For us specifically, right, even in the last year, we started out with SMBs, startups, right, with small sales teams. And one of the biggest things we realized is the problem of coaching at that stage is not as big as when you get to like thousands of reps, right? Imagine you're a company with 2,500 reps, right? Imagine how difficult it is to train all these folks, especially if you're launching a new product or if they're new hires, right? How do you get them all up to speed quickly? And so we quickly realized that through some of our early customers and made that shift. And now we fully operate up market, mid-market enterprise accounts, essentially.
Oh, that's
Absolutely. We found a segment where we go from a nice to have to a absolute need to have, can't imagine life without it. And it's been the focus for us to dive deeper into that over this year.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great. So you think you found your niche, right? You found your ICP where the higher the go-to-market headcount, the better the value for the customer from your product.
Yeah, absolutely. So the size is one factor. The other two factors, just to briefly cover them, is the org remote? In fact,
Mhm.
is the org global and remote? Do they speak different languages? Because if all of those criteria are met, it becomes a very, very strong yes for Hyperbound. And the other part to it as well is industry. I would say we had a pretty structured approach to evaluating different industries. We closed customers in a variety of industries up front. And then we learned a lot from each one and we narrowed down and it's been uh, lots of honestly like it's really changed the way that we do prospecting and targeting now because we realize that these different industries prefer different things and there's a lot more goal or pipeline for us to come from certain of them.
Okay, that's great. ICP definition back in the day, people will just take the firmographic, demographic data and say it's the ICP. But who would have thought that, remote versus non-remote is one of the factors for ICP. This is great.